We always talk about summer flying by. BNBL flies by, too.
This is usually the most competitive game on the girls' side.
Watching the two teams warm up, it seems that they match up pretty well.
Straight to the basket. What a finish from Melvin Cueva.
Big turnaround pass. Come back, hit a three, get a three-point game.
Nice up and under move. Basket and the foul. Howard quickly down the other end. Going to try for a dunk, and he puts it home. The Showstoppers win the 2019 BNBL Championship. Hello, and welcome to the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill as we kick off our coverage of the 2021 Boston Neighborhood Basketball League season at one of the most historic sites across the city tonight in the boys 18 and under division as Mission takes on the Dragons. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Flaherty, as always, joined by my partner, Alan Platt. Alan, it's been 494 days since we have brought the truck out for Game of the Week.
It's amazing.
It's been the first time in a long time. We're so happy to be doing this, folks, once again. And we're here at the Tobin Community Center for the 2021 BNBL season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's definitely going to be a lot of fun. And it is, I think you said it's right. It's ironic that we're here after all that layoff. Right. Well over a year. Yep. Missed football, basketball, all the seasons, and BNBL last year. So, you know, now we're almost back. I mean, COVID, we're still friends, okay?
Yeah, that's right. We are. We're not mad at each other or anything. We're just trying to kind of stay 6 feet apart here.
But again, that's how COVID has affected everyone and everywhere. So, but some basketball tonight, which is fun. Bit of a sort of a take a break, relax. We have two big teams, actually. Both teams have some big kids, and we'll know some familiar names from high school seasons from a year and a half ago.
That's right.
But we'll do our best.
Absolutely. And, you know, we mentioned that we haven't brought the truck out in a long time. The high school basketball season was a modified schedule. The high school football season was moved to the spring, but the 2020 BNBL season didn't happen. So you know a lot of these players who didn't play in last year's BNBL are itching to get going here tonight.
No doubt about that. I mean, you talk about – and the problem was, unfortunately, to the last minute there was decided it wouldn't happen.
Right.
So some kids were actually – preparing to play, thinking that they were on teams, but then it just didn't work out. And just like you said, we couldn't get out anywhere, so it was just a tough summer all the way along back in 2020.
No question. Now, one of the teams that we're going to see tonight is the Mission program. They've been very successful over the last few years on all levels, 18 and under, 15 and under. And it always seems like Chuck Davis has got his hand in the Mission program. He's either a coach or he's helping out whoever is the coach of the Mission team. Chuck's been doing it a long time.
Oh, Chuck's been he started coaching when he was a teenager.
That's right.
So think about it. Okay, BNBL's history goes all the way back to 1969. Chuck doesn't go back that far, but soon after that, in this neighborhood, he started coaching younger kids as a teenager. He's been coaching over 40 years. So that gives you some history in terms of the kind of commitment that Chuck Davis has made. And he's happy with this team, even though BNBL just started this week, but he thinks he has a team that can go pretty far.
You know, walking in the gym, you can see why. Very big Mission team this year. Our sideline reporter, Seth Orense, is going to have an update for us. Seth, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Chuck Davis, the head coach of Mission, had coached BNBL basketball for 41 consecutive years before the pandemic cut short the 2020 season. This year, his 42nd, he's going for win number 20, trying to tie Al Broski for the most championships all time, and he's got a pretty good team to do it. The team only brings back 2 returners from the 2019 team, so he's hoping that they can push their egos aside and just share the basketball. Outside of that, he brings a lot of prep players, a lot of taller players, in a group that he has high hopes should not only be playing well today in their first game together, but all season long as he chases title number 20. Guys, take it away.
Seth, thanks so much. And yeah, we had 50 seasons of BNBL up until 2019, and then 2020 was going to be 51, but then, of course, that got wiped out, like we mentioned. This is the 51st season of the BNBL. Today we're here at the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill. This is going to be a lot of fun, boys 18 and under game. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have the opening tap from the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill to kick off the 2021 Boston Neighborhood Basketball League season. Make sure you stick around.
hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
$150 over $90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Sometimes we can do things that exclude others.
Still talking to your friend? It's complicated.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Welcome to Jumanji.
Even the smallest words and actions can have a big effect on someone. You have the skills. Because of you, someone's entire day, their year, or their life can change.
Remember, the future is in your hands.
Visit becauseofyou.org to learn more.
Totally, let's do it.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill for our coverage of the 2021 Boston Neighborhood Basketball League season. Tonight we got a 15 and under boys game between Mission and the Dragons. Mission in the red uniforms and the Dragons in the yellow uniforms. We are set to go here at the Tobin Community Center. That's Quinn Nelson, the big fella inside from Mission.
Listed 7 feet.
He's listed at 7 feet tall. Big guy in the middle. Nice move to the bucket that time from Mission by Andre Mills.
Like we said, BNBL just starting this week, so a lot of unfamiliarity for some of the teams. But Tobin Gym always have very competitive teams.
Nice feed inside Brennan Shapiro, who's going to get a couple of free throws.
Shapiro get 2 shots to start out for the Dragons.
Shapiro misses the first
Nielsen
free throw.
Being, what, 7 feet? I mean, Shapiro's not that much shorter.
He's at least 6'6", I'd say. We saw him a little bit with Latin Academy. They kind of, during the high school season 2 years ago, he was kind of brought in and out of the lineup.
Gotten a little longer, though.
That's right. He's also out there with Osasu Wogarin, who's been the starting center for Latin Academy for the past couple seasons. Jumper off the back iron that time from Mission. Ball's kicked out of bounds. That'll go back to the Dragons.
It's interesting with this crazy weather. It's actually cooler tonight, which is good because Tobin is notorious for how hot it gets here during BNBL, how steamy. But tonight's actually perfect temperature.
Yeah, it's not too bad in here. 60-degree weather outside, like you mentioned. 3 ball. Knocked down that time from New Mission.
The corner.
As it's Yusuf Mboku, who was a knockdown shooter for Tech Boston this season, who lost to Latin Academy during the high school season in the Boston City Championship. Corner jumper, no good from Shapiro. Rebound comes down to Bucco. Bucco off the up fake. Mills no good on the jumper. And stolen away that time by Mission. Here comes Jaden Simpkins. Looking to make a move to the bucket. Can't score off the backboard. Collects his own offensive rebound. Blocked inside by Osasu Wogarin. Nelson trying for the block, but the layup is made that time for the Dragons.
Looked like Nielsen had it lined up for a block.
Yeah, it's Terrence Woolfork scoring the Dragons' first field goal. And Woolfork commits a foul at the top of the key.
It's going to be a hold up top. It's really interesting. Looking, the faces are recognizable, but the body's changed.
Right.
I mean, they're longer, taller.
Yusuf Buko was about
thicker.
6 feet tall during the high school season, I swear. He's listed at 6'3" now.
Well, you're talking about a year and a half.
Buko gets the ball knocked out of bounds that time.
Shapiro a little over anxious. Trying to push Nielsen off the block underneath, but foul trouble may be an issue for in this game because both teams want to go inside with the big guys.
Step back jumper well off the mark that time from Mission. Benny Martinez with another rebound for the Dragons, looking up floor. Corner jumper off the front iron. Well, Guerin couldn't collect it. Here comes Mission back down the other end. Mills over to Nelson. Nelson straight to the goal.
Long stride, made it an easy layup. Again, one of the, talked about Chuck Davis coaching so long, one of the things he always preaches is push the ball up court.
Nice drive to the basket that time by Martinez.
Ball is going to stay with the Dragons.
And will Guerin whistle for the travel that
Travel
time?
violation. He lost the ball and tried to grab it back. Took a couple of steps. Dragons have a full bench, too. They have like 6 or 7 kids over there on the bench. Meanwhile, Mission just has 2 additional players.
Benny Martinez all the way to the bucket.
Again, good drive, make a 2-point game. Mission by 2.
Another step back jumper off the mark, but Nelson comes down with the rebound. Corner jumper no good. Osasu Wolgarin pulls it down for the Dragons. Benny Martinez lining up a 3. It looks like it was deflected at the top of the key, but they're going to give it back to Mission. I thought that Buko got one of his long arms in there to deflect that shot. But
well, there was some contact, but that was way after the shot was gone.
Osman Aiden now in for the Dragons. Abdullahi's younger brother.
Yep, Abdel's a shooter also. Good defense, wow. A little bit of a quick trap in the corner to create the turnover. He wants to get the ball, he wants a shot.
Aiden, just like his brother right on cue, couldn't knock that one down. Buko for 3. Couldn't rattle that one home. Martinez quickly up the floor, and Jacino was fouled over near the sideline.
Yeah, Simpkins a little over anxious on that one.
Martinez, nice take to the hole.
Wow, he split. He beat his defender, then he was able to split the defense to avoid the block.
Benny now with 4 points and 4 rebounds for the Dragons. Significant contributor on Latin Academy over the past couple of seasons. Good kick to the corner, and that jumper's rattle home for Mission.
Nice 3-pointer, give him a 10-7 lead.
That was knocked down by Andre Mills. Bulgarin gets it poked away from behind. That's going to go back to Mission.
He's having a tough time. The last 2 times down, Bulgarin's had a couple of turnovers. That time he wanted to rise up, just couldn't grab the ball.
Nelson inside, scores with the ease over the top of Bulgarin.
Yeah. First time he actually got good deep position. Three straight turnovers on possessions by the Dragons as they make a substitution.
Mills, nice move to the hoop. Couldn't finish it though. Stays with Mission rather. Benny Martinez comes away with a loose ball. Casino on the drive, lost it. Osasu Bulgarin there to clean it up.
There you go. That might get him going because the Dragons are going to need his size. He's a little frustrated, stepped out of bounds. Wow. This is a huge court, so you definitely just lost your bearings because had an open floor.
I actually can't remember when they did it, but they added this black outside painted line to sort of help because it used to be, this floor used to have lines everywhere.
Exactly, yeah.
For all the different levels. Aiden stops, pops, can't hit it. And it's Mbuko coming away with a rebound. Mills to the bucket. Gets it to go.
Yeah, you're seeing a Mission team that wants to get into the paint every possession. Meanwhile, the Dragons are still struggling with what they want to do offensively.
Bulgarin tries to line up a three, couldn't hit it. Rebound comes down to Amari Ward. Buko for three. Buko's a good shooter. He's had a tough time from behind the arc so far.
Okay, Shapiro's going to come back in. He replays Bulgarin. (14-9) Mission.
Yeah, 7:39 left to go here in the first half. As a timeout was called. And right now, Latin Academy looking to try to climb into this 5-point deficit. Our sideline reporter Seth Orensky's got an update for us. Seth, what do you have? Looks like Seth's having some trouble with his mic. It's our first game of the BNBL season, as we mentioned, over a year since we've done a game with the truck. So we're going to have some mistakes here and there. We'll see if we can get Seth's mic, I believe, is working now. Seth, what do you have? Looks like we're still having trouble with Seth's mic. We'll see if we can get that fixed before the halftime.
Right. Mission in the baseline, up 5, and going back to the free throw line. Oh, caught on out of bounds on the floor.
It's a long two, well off the mark that time. Aiden with the rebound for the Dragons. Benny Martinez. And had nowhere to go with it.
That time, Nielsen really closed everything up.
Benny Martinez picks the pocket of Mills. Can't knock down the short jumper. And then Aiden with the collision, so that's going to be a foul on Aiden.
Right, Pat. Good defensive play by Martinez. Missed that 8-foot baseline shot.
Mills, nice drive to the hoop.
Yeah, it's amazing that the Dragons defensively just still haven't adjusted to the fact that Mission's attacking. I mean, it's obvious every time from the wing.
Aiden, deep three off the mark that time. Buko with the rebound, now pushing it up the floor. Mills fires up a three. With a three ball off the mark. Shapiro with the rebound. It's going to stay with the Dragons. Garen coming back in along with Woolfork.
Yeah, Dragons still struggling offensively. They've been stuck on 9 points for a couple minutes.
Benny Martinez. Dragons having a tough time from the outside. Deep three that time and well off the mark for Mission. Here comes Woolfork.
That's 2-on-1.
Nice pass inside to Wolgaren for the easy bucket.
Thought he might have waited too long for the pass, but he actually used the bounce pass to give O'Garen the easy layup.
Nelson going to work inside on Shapiro. Buko no good for three. Amari Ward chasing after it, but he steps out of bounds. That'll go back to the Dragons. Mission's Amari Ward played for Brighton last season, was a very important player for the Brighton Bengals. Helped them get into the City League playoffs during the abbreviated season. Martinez tries a runner. Here comes Buko. He's got a 3-on-1.
Yeah.
Over to Mills, who flushes it home. And the foul. Andre Mills.
Made sure it didn't miss
relentless.
that one. Watch Mills. You see him. He knew he was going to get slapped, but he was just too close to not flush that one. We're 11 points now in the first half. Make it 12.
Yeah. As Mills completes the and one. Woolfork looking for an opening.
The difference you're seeing is that the Dragons are just having a difficult time trying to get the ball inside, whereas Mission, they just go inside as soon as they get past half court. That time Shapiro had a strong post up, even against the 7-footer. He had excellent position, the ball just couldn't get there.
Benny Martinez off the up fake. Tries for another step back jumper. Wilson off the rebound.
The travel there, yeah.
Some of the big fellas, they want to run the point.
They want to take the chance, right, yeah. He saw so much open floor.
When you're not used to those type of situations, though. Nice little drive that time from Jusino, and I believe the foul was on the floor.
Yeah, the Dragons got to do more of that and look to pass the ball. They've been struggling. I mean, they've been shooting a lot of outside shots with sort of a low percentage for the first half here. And like I said, they were stuck on 9 for a few minutes. Now they're down by 8, 19-11.
Shapiro off the inbounds pass. Can't get the basket.
Nice cut, though.
But he's going to get 2 more free throws.
Yeah. Shapiro is one of the kids I was talking about in terms of changes. I mean, last time I saw him, he's sort of redeveloped his body. You know, looks a little stronger up in the chest area.
Buries the first. Shapiro 2 for 4 from the free throw line so far tonight. That's the Mission lead back down to 7 with 1:45 left to go in the first half. Corner 3 buried that time by Amari Ward.
Yeah, see, the Dragons' defense is a little out of sync because they're trying to cut off all these drives by Mission, but they're leaving the three-pointers wide open. Another turnover by the Dragons, and Mission will get the ball after this timeout.
Yeah, Dragons trying to take a timeout here. 1:28 left to go in the first half. 10-point lead for Mission. And like you said, Alan, it seems like the Dragons, especially offensively, it's just they have to put in a lot of effort, and they're still not getting quality shots.
It's a struggle. You're right. It's a struggle because, well, give Mission credit. They have the 7-foot kid, Quinn Nielsen. He's in the lane pretty much ready to block anything coming to the basket, so his teammates can close out, get as close as possible to the shooters. That's why the Dragons' three-point shooting hasn't been effective at all. I mean, they got this 10-point hole because, and you know, Abdel comes in, he usually makes a couple of shots. Hasn't made one yet. I'm sure he'll get going in the second half. But the biggest problem is in the half-court set, the Dragons, they're just not moving the ball quick enough, and they're not getting any of the Mission defenders out of position.
When you're going up against a team that has a big guy like Nielsen, and you're not small, Shapiro and Wolgarin are big players, but what type of things do you have to do against a huge guy like that?
Well, the main thing is you try to penetrate at least past the foul line, because then the big guy has to come up defensively. Then you drop it down to Shapiro. I think they did that once so far in the game.
We'll see if the Dragons made some of those adjustments. They come out of the timeout. 1:20 left to go here in the first half. Another three ball from Mills. Can't rattle that one home.
Good box out that time by the Dragons.
Aiden fires a three ball. Can't get that to go either. Mills. Another strong drive to the basket.
Yeah.
He gets another hoop and the harm that time.
Yeah, good description. That was a strong drive. He knew he had defenders in front of him, but again, was able to find a way to get it up to the backboard.
Mills completes the three-point play again here in the first half. Stretches the lead to 13 here with less than a minute to go. Mills commits a foul right around half court on Benny Martinez.
Another steal.
Dunk that time was missed by Mission, as Ismani Cepeda was looking for the flush. Corner three, once again, no good for the Dragons. They have not hit one shot from behind the arc.
Good job by Shapiro. Good work. He was able to reach in, get a steal, and get hit as he squeezed the shot up. He got hit.
And that's going to be a one-on-one now for
the Mission
Shapiro.
Is leaving the court.
It looked like Amari Ward. Yeah, he got hit in the face, I think, that time, Shapiro.
Using that little scuffle with Shapiro.
Right now, Mission, like you mentioned, Mission moving the ball around. They have 9 assists so far here in the first half. Just 1 for Latin Academy.
Well, one is more telling. Like I said, they really can't get any penetration and kick.
Mills lays it down nicely.
I'm out there.
Gerald Okorogu was looking to bring the house down right there. Okorogu, excuse me.
That strong drive again, knocked out.
Benny Martinez tries for the fancy finish, got stuffed underneath the hoop. And Mission can't get a shot off before the half, but they take a 13-point lead into the half here at the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill. And like you mentioned that first half, Alan, Mission was moving the ball so well. They had all the guys on the floor were getting a touch. They got some easy shots because of it, and Latin Academy, or you want to say Latin Academy, it's the
Dragons,
BNBL,
right?
The Dragons,
right.
Kind of the opposite, they just couldn't get some good looks. Everything seemed to be difficult for them offensively.
Yeah, well, like you said right a minute ago, that one assist in the half, that's the Dragons. That tells the whole story. They're really struggling. I mean, it's good defense by Mission. Let's give them credit. But at the same time, you have the Dragons just sort of tentative and really struggling just trying to get the ball beyond the foul line so they can get some good shots. Maybe about the 10-minute mark, Mission really started turning things on. Because you pointed out at the beginning, they didn't make a three-point shot for the first 7 or 8 minutes.
That's right.
So the fact that they hit a couple, they got Mills really going, and double figures in the first half for 15 points for BNBL in the half.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, exactly. But Dragons don't have anybody to really slow them down. So Dragons have to, first of all, figure out how to get some good shots. Abdel came in off the bench as the shooter, couldn't make any. They'll try it again in the second half. I'm hoping he'll warm up a little bit, but otherwise, Mission's in full control.
That's right. It's week 1 of the BNBL too, so some of these guys are still getting used to each other. But the Dragons do have some fellow Latin Academy teammates who should
have some familiarity. Yeah.
So it's sort of a mix right now. So I'm sure this team will get a little more cohesive as the season goes on. Folks, going to head to break here at the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill. But when we come back, we'll have the second half here on Game of the Week right after these words. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill. We're at the half here of a boys 18 and under BNBL matchup between Mission and the Dragons. We're going to head over to our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky, who's got one of the coaches with him. Seth, what do you have?
Joined by Dragons coach Alex.
Looks like we're still having problems with our mic, so Seth is going to try to get that going again, and then we'll see if we can get the coach back here at the half. As we mentioned, really successful first half there for New Mission, but the Dragons offensively had a tough time moving the ball around. Where Mission was the opposite, they were moving it really well. But you mentioned, too, Alan, defensively with the Nielsen kid inside, it allows the defenders for Mission to kind of take some chances on the perimeter.
Hey, high school players, 18 and under in this case, anytime there's a 7-footer on the roster, as your opponent, you think about, defensive block shots, rebounds. I think that's sort of got into the heads of the Dragons a little bit in the first, because they attacked a couple of times, but there are other situations where they are just tentative. They're sort of in between. And in this kind of game, with Mission having so many quick players, you've got to decide what you're going to do right away. Dragons also had some unforced turnovers, so I'm sure their coach. You talk about adjustments. I think they're saying, the turnovers killed us.
Right.
Bad shooting, that's going to happen. Shooting comes and goes. But the things you can control, you can control your effort on defense, and you control your turnovers.
Right. I think that coach is with Seth Orensky still. So, Seth, let's try this one more time. Take it away, my friend.
Joined by Dragons coach Alex Guerrero. Coach, it was 7-7 early on in that first half, and then they went on a run. But you were more upset with your defense than your offense that scored 5 points in that last 10 minutes. What do you need to do defensively in the second half?
Yeah, the offense will come. We're not too worried about it. We got some good looks. We got some good open threes, the shots we want to get. Defensively, our rotations were very sloppy. We're giving them open shots, overcommitting on defense, bad closeouts, the things we need to clean up that we work on every single day.
Coach, I really appreciate your time. Good luck in the second half. Guys, take it away.
Thanks very much, Seth. Fantastic job. And good to talk to one of the coaches, as always. I believe that was Coach Guerrero from Latin Academy, from the Dragons. I'm going to mess that up all night. But, being a BNBL coach, I think, is very important here in the community. You're not a high school coach, so you're not, in the newspaper. You're doing it for free.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're working in the community rec league here in this long-standing summer activity.
Exactly.
But these guys guys and gals are putting in a lot of time here in the city to do this, so they should be commended as well for all the things they're doing.
No doubt. And that's why BNBL has been going on for 51 years.
That's right.
That's how popular it is, and people enjoy it. And it's good that we have the 3 age groups.
It's also fun to see the progression of players too over their years. We catch them in the 13 and under, then we see them in 15 and under, then 18 and under, and
that's one of the advantages we've
so
had
much
over
fun.
the years. We from time to time we know how some of them go off to college careers, and then you may see their faces. Usually championship night is when you see some of the older players come back.
That's right.
So we can look forward to hopefully to have that.
And one thing I do want to mention too, a lot of Boston basketball players are playing with a heavy heart this summer because of what happened to a superstar in the making basketball player in Terrence Clark. Tragically lost his life in a car accident after doing a workout, getting ready for the NBA draft.
Workout, signing with an agent, and out in California. You're right. That's something. I'm glad you mentioned that. We saw Terrence a few times.
That's right.
And you see him play. We read the articles about him being really scouted, a lot of interest.
That's right.
He was. They were talking about Kentucky for him, and so he was. It's one of those situations. All you can say that's life, but having had some contact and seen him, you're right. It makes it all the more sad.
And he was one of those players who we saw as a 13-year-old.
Exactly.
15.
Right.
I mean, he was playing in the 15 and under division as a 14-year-old, and he was a man amongst boys.
Yeah.
And then he was probably 17 when he was playing the 18. I mean, he was so good.
Yeah, there was a summer he really had a growth spurt. We always talk about growth spurts. The kid's going to have him or not. He had a huge one.
That's right. Yeah, very, very tragic accident that happened a couple of months ago. Our thoughts are with his family, who are still obviously dealing with it. Terrence, a lot of people thought Terrence was going to be a lottery pick in the NBA draft. So, your family thinks this amazing thing's going to happen.
It all crashes down.
And it all just comes to a halt, which is just so tough. I mean, on top of the fact that a great kid who we saw always with a smile on his face on the basketball court is now gone. You have a kid who could have, changed his family's life. And that
most definitely.
The fact that happened just is really tough. So our thoughts and prayers are with the Clark family. The BNBL will go on, but everybody's got Terrence in the back of their minds during this 2021 BNBL season. Nice steal that time by a half court by Mission, going down for a dunk. For Mission is Jarrell Okorogu.
6'5" with long arms. Got the steal and the finish.
A few guys from Brimmer and May on this Mission basketball team, including Okorogu, Ismani Cepeda, and Nielsen, the big fella.
Yeah, like I said in the open, Mission really good size. And some quickness to go along with that size.
That was Osasa Wolgarin with the last basket. He's now got 6 points for the Dragons. Short jumper off the mark that time. Wolgarin with the rebound. Here comes Benny Martinez.
Open shot.
Wolfork looking inside it for Shapiro. Tough basket over the top.
Little right hook. A little right-hand jump hook like that. That's one of the few times they've gotten the ball into the post to Shapiro.
Dragons now with a 6-3 run to get it back to 10. Elbow jumper, nothing but nylon that time from Yusuf Mbuko.
Mbuko's one of those guys just deceivingly long.
That's right.
So that when he gets, like he went up for that jump shot, the defense thought they were there, but they weren't. Nice drive again. I'm not sure. He finished that over two of the Mission defenders.
I like watching Benny Martinez play. Always around the ball.
Good quick first step.
Hustles. It's been fun to watch at Latin Academy. A few guys have graduated this past season for Latin Academy, and I think Coach Bunker's going to need Benny, to really step up and be one of the top players this upcoming year.
No doubt about that.
Ismani Cepeda knocks down the first free throw. Aiden coming back in. Wolgarin going to get a breather. We mentioned the tragedy of Terrence Clark, but some great things have also happened to a couple of Boston basketball players that we covered in the Boston City League. As there, see Nelson going to work inside. Aiden then steals it away. Now it's
Mills. I'm telling you. Getting a little. Well, I'll give the Dragons some credit. They came out this half. They're being more physical. They're definitely being more physical.
That's right.
A couple of fouls here and there, but to watch this, Aiden he's stolen the ball, but got it stolen back from Mills, and then his teammate prevents the up and under layup.
First free throw missed that time by Yusuf Mbuko. I was mentioned before, too, a lot of folks probably remember Rivaldo Soares. Really great player for O'Brien, won the City League Player of the Year. Went to a junior college down in Texas. He just signed an NLI to go to Oregon next year. So another Boston basketball player going to a Pac-12 school is big news around here. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, when he left, he was 6'6". I don't know what he is
now.
I mean, because that was one of the things that we covered many of his games.
That's right.
Both regular season and in the state tournament. So, yeah, he had the 6'6" size, had the ability of a guard. So, unless he put on a few more inches, he's a good candidate to be a point guard with his size. Nice three-pointer for the Dragons.
Yeah, that was Aiden from the corner, I believe, that time.
Well, that's what I was saying. He needs to get off this second half. Because that's what the Dragons team depends on, both the high school team and this team here for the summer. He's got to make his three-point shots. Like I said, he was, 0 for 4, I think, in the first half, but he'll making that one's going to be a confidence builder for him.
And we certainly like this for his brother, and it's probably for him, too. Once you make one, you can get on a streak.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Wolfork lays it down to Shapiro.
Good
Scores
job,
off
Shapiro.
the window.
He actually got grabbed on that one, too. He's still able to hit the backboard. Yeah, nice little swing here for the Dragons. It's all on their effort.
Cut it down to single digits. Nielsen.
That's a travel.
Work.
Yeah,
picked up his pivot foot.
Picked it up. And that was the pressure from Shapiro. So Shapiro forced him away from the block. He's too far away to want to take a shot, so ended up taking the extra step.
Well, we had the time, too. We mentioned Rivaldo Soares, who played at O'Brien, another former O'Brien player who actually transferred about midway through. DeSante Bowen signed a national letter of intent to play at Iowa.
Okay.
So we got a couple of guys from O'Brien now playing in big-time college basketball.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to be watching them on ESPN and CBS in no time.
It's going to be a carrying violation. And, again, now we're seeing Mission with a few unforced turnovers.
Right now, the score here, folks, in the gym is 32-25, Mission on top.
So, Dragons feeling pretty good. Like you said, these first few minutes of this half. Good pull-up jumper at the foul line.
Yeah, Benny Martinez getting going here in the second half.
Making a 5-point game.
Martinez and Shapiro now each with 8 points.
A little inside-outside action.
Foragoo off the back rim that time.
And the ball's going to go back to Dragons. Tell you, Shapiro's really done a good job. I'm not sure if he was one of the centers of the halftime discussion, but he's playing much better than he was in the first half. Both ends of the floor.
Martinez thought about a three. Casino knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons.
They're trying to find the three-point shooter, Abdo, but that time he was trying to run the baseline, got there a little late.
Yeah, Wolfork got
he slipped
up.
He slipped first and then just lost the ball.
5-point lead here for Mission, but like we mentioned, Dragons had a nice little run to cut it back down to 5. They were down by as many as 12 earlier in the half. Mills inside, can't finish the left. He got his own rebound inside to Nielsen for the hoop and the heart.
Yeah, that was a tough break there for Shapiro. He actually jumped a second too late. If you watch, you'll see Mills get in there. Like you said, get his own rebound. Unselfish pass to Nielsen. See, Shapiro was trying to block what he thought was going to be a Mills shot that opened up Nielsen. It's going to be a held ball. Mission will keep it.
Still can't believe Mills got his own offensive
I was
rebound.
going to say, that was a one-hand snatch.
Nielsen.
There's a three.
Bucco from the corner. That time, nothing but nylon.
Yeah, the Mission kids they're going to their favorite spots. Teammates are finding them. Even with the run that the Dragons have made, Mission's still playing their game.
Jusino can't hit the jumper. It's knocked out of bounds by Mills, so that'll stay with the Dragons. I'm sorry, that was Cepeda who knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, timeout on the floor. Well, it's gotten to be a little more competitive. I mean, it's back up to a 10-point game, but still, with the flow of the game, the Dragons came out with a nice 3 or 4 minutes to start this half. Finally got Abdel to make a three-pointer. But I think Shapiro's been the main guy to turn things around.
No question, a lot of energy so far here in the first half for the Dragons. Our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky's got an update for us. Seth, what's happening?
Thanks, guys. This Dragons team lost a couple players from their high school team at BLA, as a couple of those players graduated, but they do have a couple of newcomers who could have big roles not only this summer but going forward. One guy to watch, Terrence Woolfork. He was on the team in 2019. Didn't play last year because of the pandemic, but in the starting lineup, looking good, running the point. Michael Johnson was on the 15-under team. He's played a lot of minutes today. And Osman Abdel, the younger brother of Abdelli, is another guy who might see a bit more time this year, according to head coach Alex Guerrero. Guys?
Thanks very much, Seth. And yeah, I mean, the Dragons are certainly a team that, you know, is sort of being used to develop Latin Academies program.
Exactly. You talk about familiarity, and that's how you build it. If you have kids who are willing to stay together over the summer, work out, play BNBL games, that's always going to help you. Over the years, it's been a major factor in terms of some kids developing. Then, of course, the coaches, high school coaches who aren't able to coach BNBL, on vacation, get ready for the school, hoping some of these kids have a growth spurt,
right.
or some unknown freshman shows up. Shapiro again.
Nice feed inside as Mills scores again off the window. Takes a hard fall, but gets right back up.
That was one of those accidental fouls, too, because Shapiro wasn't even. He was turning to go back down court. Watch Shapiro, 14. He's at, he wasn't. He knew he couldn't get that block. Big scoring game.
Mills unable to hit the free throw. A lane violation? Didn't see exactly what happened there, but must have been some kind of violation from Mission. Bulgarian inside. Can't hit the jumper. Shapiro collects the loose ball, and he's going to get 2 free throws.
Good hustle by Shapiro's teammate to get him the ball. Come up strong.
Shapiro no good on the
Still
first.
Struggling with the free throw line. She's like 2 for 5 now. The summertime's the time to work on that. Work on your free throws. Work on your whatever shots. Again, we saw that jump hook from Shapiro earlier in the half. You work on all those basic skills over the summer. I have a reach-in foul. It's going to be on Jusino.
Three ball again that time from Yusuf Bucco. You saw him struggle behind the arc in the first half. He's knocked a couple of down here in the second half.
Again, nice block. And good drive to the basket and draw the foul. Yeah, the submission loves those corner threes. Corner threes is the shortest distance. So a lot of coaches really believe that mentally players just like to gravitate to the deep corners, and we've seen Mission hit 5 or 6 of those tonight. So Dragons, like I said, they did a good job the first, 3 or 4 minutes of the half, but Mission's back into being in control.
Benny Martinez knocks down a couple of free throws to get it back to 30. So 42-30. Mission on top. Casino back down the other end. Gets it knocked away off of his feet, so that'll go back to Mission.
Nice quick move. Good help by Shapiro.
Bucco. I say it went off of Bucco.
Yeah, Shapiro challenged it. Not sure if he even got the ball, though. Okay, we get the Dragons going small with 4 guards down. They're probably going to try some trapping defensively.
Shapiro.
Yeah, he's getting
gets swiped away by Mills. Here comes Mills with his eyes on the rim. It gets knocked out of bounds off of Mills by Benny Martinez.
Yeah, he actually lost the ball, then Martinez was able to knock it off him.
Coming up on 3 minutes left to go here in the second half. Aiden 3-ball.
There you go.
Nothing but nylon.
I guess he likes that rim a little bit in the first half. He made 2 of them.
Cuts the lead back down to single digits.
Oh, nice. That's a jump ball. That's going to be a hell ball, definitely.
Nice play by Wolford.
No doubt about that. Latin Academy gets the ball back. See, these are the plays we weren't seeing in the first half. Because the Dragons' offense was so bad and choppy, they weren't giving this kind of effort on defense. This half we're seeing it.
Aiden, another 3. That one no good. That one's going to go back to Mission. Dragons don't like the call. 2:22 left to go. 9-point lead for Mission.
Oh, steal.
Dragons come away with the steal. Wolford blocked inside.
I'll stay with Dragons.
Three-ball from the corner, Aiden unable to hit. And getting tripped up inside. I think that was Mills. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Cepeda who got knocked down on the floor.
Came down awkwardly,
Looks like he's okay, though. Any type of collisions where guys go down like that, you always think they stepped on somebody's foot.
Right, exactly.
The ankle, we saw
happens a lot.
We saw a ton of NBA players in the playoffs have that.
That's right.
Trey Young stepped on a ref.
Yeah.
And sprained his ankle.
Yeah,
so
Kyrie Irving stepped on. And it happens inadvertently because you have so many guys underneath looking for rebounds. Whoever gets the ball and it comes down, you don't know if you're coming down near somebody or on somebody, and that's all it takes. Let's watch it again. See, he was just a little off balance. There was a little bit of contact while he was in the air. Jacino also going for the rebound, so that's created the unbalance.
And see the refs trying to mop up that area of the floor.
Yeah, 9-point game.
We'll see
if Dragons gotta feel pretty good about the little spurt they had earlier.
That's
to at least get back into the game. They got it down to 5 with the ball. So, and again, they depend a lot on the 3-point shots. They've gotten 2 so far from Abel, but they needed more than that, obviously.
You see Chuck Davis, over 40 years, like Seth mentioned, coaching BNBL. He must not have known what to do with himself last summer.
like a lot of us.
I guess that's true, too.
We all watching windows, looking outside, wishing we could go somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Well, at the game before this, we saw another 18 and under game, and was one of the teams from Perkins Center, Lee School. So that team had length just like this Mission team. So looking down the road, obviously in August, BNBL wraps up. That team that we got a glimpse of earlier looks like they can be competitive with anybody. There's Shapiro again. I like the work he's doing. I mean, if he keeps this up, this can be what they call a developmental summer for him.
That's right.
Yeah.
Two for two from the line this time.
First time he made them both. That's good.
Cuts it back down to a 7-point lead. 1:34 left to go here in the second half. Bucco gets fouled from behind. Benny Martinez has had a few post steals, and that's how he got whistled.
He really wanted that one.
Yeah.
At the time, you tell him just a minute and a half to go. Is it 1-1? Yeah, it is 1-1. Okay. Yeah, that was important there. With that one, they could have had a chance to get it down back to 5.
Now, normally, if you're trailing a 1-1 in BNBL, is not what you want because it's running time. But we're under 2 minutes now.
2 minutes of the stop time.
The clock has stopped at 1:30, so it sort of does help the Dragons. But if Bucco buries both, it does not.
Made the first, get the bonus.
Bucco 2 for 2 from the stripe. Nine-point lead for Mission. Corner three is good from Aiden. Back to a 6-point lead, 44-38. Tough drive that time. That's getting knocked out of bounds back to the Dragons.
That was a good block out by Shapiro that time.
It's just a 6-point game with 1:12 left to go. A couple of threes by Aiden has really cut it down.
Like you just said, the stop time makes a big difference. You gotta find Aiden. That's the problem. He's not used to being so close to the basket. Looks like he got bailed out by knocking it off one of the Mission players, but he was trying to run the baseline to get open.
Jusino, corner three.
Buries it. Hey, somebody else gets one.
Cuts it down to a one-possession game. 55 seconds left on the clock. Mills to Nielsen.
That's a travel.
He wanted to bring down the house with a dunk, but shuffled his feet.
That was an obvious travel. Can't argue with that one at all. He was just like a step farther out than he normally is. So to get all the way to the rim for the dunk, he just took the extra step. Jusino, the other side.
Corner three.
Whoa.
Almost tied it up. Mills with the rebound for Mission, and he gets fouled underneath.
I'll tell you, Dragons ran the play exactly right. They knew that Mission was going to be all over. The other three-point shooter, Jusino just made one. Give him a chance to make another one.
Dragons now with both big guys in it, Shapiro and Wolgarin. Looking to box out.
Yeah, they've got to rebound everything now.
Cannot hit the first. Shapiro with the rebound.
Again, chance to tie it up. They'll find three-point shooters though.
Inside to Shapiro, trying to muscle his way in. Can't score off the window. Mills with another rebound.
Got a foul.
Mills gets fouled on the floor by Benny Martinez. So
they got to make him shoot one-on-one.
17.8 seconds left to go.
Nice comeback by the Dragons, mainly with the three-point shooting, but again, comes down to free throw shooting.
Mills can't hit the free throw. Shapiro with the rebound.
15 seconds.
4-point game. Dragons are going to talk about it.
Yeah.
They're going to get a quick one and then a foul.
Well, the thing is, I think the coach wants to decide if they're going to set up a three-point play, which the way they've made a few this half, they might as well go for the tie. Or like you said, they can go for a quick hitter, look for a layup, and then foul. That might have been their last time out, though.
Yeah, I would imagine they're going to go for a three here. Then if that's the case. So you're probably looking for either Aiden or Jacino.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, they know that the last few times down, Mission's been all over Aiden. I mean, they haven't even let him, pop for each of the three-point line. So if Mission stays with that, then it'll be Jacino who'll be the one open. But actually, you're right. You actually have a that's a good idea. 13 seconds. If you can get the layup within the first 3 or 4 seconds, there's plenty of time to foul.
That's right.
And even if it's not 1-on-1, even if it's 2 shots, I mean, Mission has not been burying these free throws. They've missed 2 front ends and 1-on-1s. Okay, to make an empty possession, and then Dragons went down and scored. So plenty of time to hit a 3-point shot.
We'll see what the play is here for the Dragons. 13 seconds left to go, down by 3. Benny Martinez.
Benny might shoot it.
Aiden had it, an open look. Gets it to go! Ties it up at 44.
It's going to be overtime.
We are heading to extra frames here at the Tobin. What a comeback by the Dragons.
That's why they call timeouts, right? And it's what's funny about it is apparently the Mission defenders must have thought that the ball was going somewhere else, because they actually had, in the beginning, they had Aiden covered, but then he snuck around the baseline and got open. The Aiden's in the baseline now. There he is. I don't know. Mission had been going all the way out to him previous to the last 3 or 4 times. That time, for some reason, I don't know if they're afraid to foul on a 3-point shot or what, but that extra step away gave Aiden a really clean look.
Well, back in 2019, Abdullahi Aiden hit a game-winning 3 in the semifinals of the City League playoffs. His younger brother now comes back.
Right. He has something to talk about now.
Puts the game in overtime, right. Kind of some bragging rights trading back and forth between the Aiden brothers. Excellent comeback here for the Dragons.
Really? Yeah, it looked like it looked like a couple of times it was going to fall short when they missed a few free throws. They missed a couple of threes, but the 3 from Jacino was really big because Mission wasn't looking for him to shoot it. And he actually had a great look at the second one, which he missed, but again, sort of mixed things up. So that may have actually helped Aiden get free because Mission had to also cover Jacino.
3 minutes here in overtime in BNBL.
I don't think anybody's in foul trouble. So
Martinez picked up a couple quick ones at the end. I'm not sure if he's now at 3 or 4. But.
It's going to go to the Dragons.
They said Nielsen knocked it out on the jump, so that'll go back to the Dragons.
Three minutes.
Benny Martinez laying it down to Shapiro. And Shapiro's fouled inside.
Reach-in foul. Okay, overtime is an extension of the second half, so.
Shapiro now with 12 points. We'll see if he can add to him here at the free throw line. His last trip, he was 2 for 2. And announcer jinx works every time.
Well, this game's also an example of the coaches who love the three-point shot as opposed to coaches who hate the three-point shot. It makes 1 out of 2, gives his team a lead.
The Dragons take the 1-point lead. If you're a basketball coach, I don't know how you can't embrace the three-point shot at this point.
Right. Been around so long, it's helped so many teams get back in game.
That's right. Strong drive inside. Mills comes away with the loose ball, fires up a triple off the back iron. Shapiro with the rebound.
Okay, now Mission needs to get stops.
Martinez loses it out of bounds. That's going to go back to Mission.
Good pressure defense by Mills in the beginning, but he backed off just in time.
Top of the key, Cepeda burying the jumper.
Back to a lead for Mission.
Yeah, 46-45. Mission now on top. 1:37 left to go in overtime. Martinez straight to the bucket.
Oh, nice finish. Wow. That looked like it was ripe for a block, and it looked like he hesitated just enough to bank it home.
1-point lead now for the Dragons.
Yeah, back on the 1-point seesaw now.
Nielsen looking to go to work on the block. Mills 3-ball off the back rim. Ball goes out of bounds. That'll go back to the Dragons here with 1 minute left to go in overtime. Martinez looking for an opening. Heck of a hustle that time, and then it's Mbuko coming down the other end.
Yeah, Dragons are making a mistake. Yeah, Dragons are making the mistake of just dribbling too much. You got to move the ball and make Mission move that defense.
Mission now with a 1-point lead. 35 seconds left to go in OT. Aiden tries to feed Will Guerin inside. Quickly up the floor it goes to Mbuko, who gets the layup. That was a Korogu earlier with the dunk for Mission. Now a 3-point lead for Mission.
Same situation.
With 20 seconds left.
Yeah, same situation. End of the game. Dragons need a 3. Good composure by Mission. They went down, but like I said, they were on the one-point seesaw back and forth for a couple of possessions. But once they went up again, they got a little more aggressive defensively, got the steal, the dunk. Then the Dragons just now have to come up with another 3-point play.
So we'll see what Latin Academy comes up with once again. Like I mentioned, 20 seconds left here in overtime. We didn't even think the Dragons would get to this point, but that couple 3-point barrages towards the end of the second half got them into overtime, including Aiden, who had, I believe, 4 threes throughout the game, none bigger than the one to tie it up at the end of regulation.
Well, they need another one now. I mean, he has to hope he gets that 5th so they can maybe force another overtime. But with 20 seconds, this is tricky because you don't want to shoot too quickly,
right?
Whether you make it or miss it, because then Mission gets possession. Even if you tie it up, you give Mission a chance to have the last shot.
And we'll see what the Dragons come up with once again. They're sticking with the 2 bigs out there. Shapiro and Will Guerin are not 3-point shooters at least.
No, they'll be out there to set picks. They'll try to set picks for try to get Aiden. I mean, Aiden loves to run the baseline, but he can also shoot from the wings.
That's
from
right.
Top of the key. So it's just a matter of where they're trying to get him to go. full court pressure. Good strong defense by Mission. Make the three-point shot tough. I'm not sure dribbling so much.
Benny Martinez down to the top of the key. They find Aiden. Deep three for Aiden. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Mission. 5 seconds left. And it looks like Shapiro is whistled for the foul. So now the Dragons got a hope for a missed free throw.
I tell you, that was probably the best defensive set for Mission the whole game. I mean, they totally took the Dragons out of it.
So Mbuko now at the free throw line for Mission. Can't knock down the first. Yeah. $16 points for Mbuko tonight to go along with 4 assists and a couple of blocks.
Yeah, Mills started out fast the first half for Mission, and then Mbuko took over. The second half, he's been all over.
Mbuko knocks down the second and essentially puts the game away here to make it a 4-point lead for Mission with 2.8 seconds left. Mbuko really had a nice game here tonight for Mission. And Mission's got a few guys. I mean, they've got the big guy Nielsen inside. Mills had a really nice game. You see the talent that Okorogo brings to the floor as well, but it was really Mbuko who was so consistent and so strong throughout the game. But it's the second half especially.
His energy is amazing.
So the Dragons got to hope they can hit a three and get fouled doing it.
Yeah, exactly right. Which can happen, but I mean the Mission team they're pretty well coached. I mean they got victimized by some good three-point shooting, but overall they're pretty well coached. Like I said, that last defensive stand when they knew Dragons were going for the three-pointer to tie, they just totally took everything away.
Nice pass down the floor. Martinez for three. And that is going to do it here at the Tobin. Heck of a game that went into OT.
Great way to start the summer, right?
My goodness, we couldn't have picked a better one. Mission hangs on to defeat the Dragons 51-47 in overtime. And we mentioned how well Mission played in the first half, and then the Dragons, it seemed like something clicked at halftime where they came out in the second half, more energy, started knocking down some shots.
No doubt about that. I mean,
and made this a great game.
And they're more physical, because the fact that we saw them playing defense in front of the table here, so it was obvious that they were far more physical in the second half. And that seemed to sort of energize them, get them going. Big guy Shapiro, even though he was banging with the 7-footer Nielsen all night, he played much better. Got them scored some points.
That's right.
Which was a big help. So it's good to see that the Dragons were able to get out of that funk. They were down like 10 points, 10 or more points for probably most of that first half. But second half, they brought it back, tied it up, and then we had the exciting three-point shots to make overtime. So they've shown some progression during the course of just one game.
That's right. So I think they're hoping they'll see that progression as the season goes along as well. But season's still young. It's just the first week of the BNBL, and we had a great one to kick things off here at the Tobin. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have our Game of the Week MVP and our final stats here from the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill. Make sure you stick around.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Each year, there are more than a dozen significant tropical and winter storms that threaten the East Coast. So chances are there will be more hurricanes and blizzards near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
All right, Monroe, you ready? Monroe! Here we go, the butterfly. Ready? Ooh.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch. Till September. I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs. And that's still not enough to put food on the table. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Imagine being fired because of who you love. Imagine being denied medical treatment because of who you marry. Imagine being evicted because of who you are. Millions of Americans don't have to imagine this. They have to live it. Because in 30 states, it's legal to discriminate against LGBT people.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to the Tobin Community Center in Mission Hill. At the conclusion of our coverage of Week 1 of the Boston Neighborhood Basketball League season, Mission takes down the Dragons in the boys 18 and under division here in Week 1 in a game that went into overtime, 51-47. And Alan, you know, we had a few excellent players here tonight, several really good performances on both sides of the ball, but Yusuf Mboko was just outstanding tonight.
He's consistent all the way through. Yeah, in the first half, he gave him defense and rebounding. Second half, he scored when he needed to, but kept defense and rebounding up. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
On both ends of the floor.
All-around game. Yeah.
On both ends of the floor, Yusuf was outstanding. He is our MVP tonight, and he is with our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky. Seth, what do you have?
Joined by our MVP, Yusuf Mboko, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. Yusuf, it wasn't an easy finish. They really were taking 2 at the end of regulation and even had a lead into overtime. What were you guys trying to do in talking to each other, just trying to stay calm against a team that plays together a lot more than you guys have?
We just try to play together, keep the ball movement, keep our composure, and keep the pace and keep the game going, and try to limit the turnovers.
You came up with a couple clutch rebounds in regulation and then had the free throw to seal it. How did you stay calm when everything seemed to be going their way?
I just played the right way. I didn't try to do too much. I played with my team, yeah.
You're a rising senior at Tech Boston. You played against this BLA team, or some of these guys, twice last year. They beat you both times. Does it feel nice to get them?
Most definitely, most definitely.
And then finally, you're a rising senior. What are you working on as you head into your senior year, trying to get a spot on a college team the year after?
I just got to work on playing the right way. Just playing team basketball.
Well, good luck the rest of the summer, and good luck with your college decision. Thanks so much. We'll bring in head coach Chuck Davis. And Coach, this probably wasn't exactly what you were looking for game 1, but better game 1 than maybe later on in the summer. What did you see out of your team in their ability to finish in overtime after they kind of struggled to close it out in regulation?
The fear of losing, and they never seen me go out. That's the first time in almost 20 years I kind of went off on the guys. But the only thing that I was afraid of, guys were showing off in front of the TV instead of playing with each other. They was playing for the camera, and we lost chemistry. We lost focus on what we're supposed to do. No one played a lick of defense. No defense.
You guys had a shorter rotation today, really only playing 6, 7 guys. How does this kind of help some of the guys build some chemistry? Are there some positives when you only have a few guys in that first game where maybe they can get to know other guys a little bit better versus having 10, 11 guys, they don't build that chemistry?
That's the scary part. We have 5 guys that weren't even here. I don't believe in the starting 5. I don't believe in starting. Everybody starts. So it's going to start there. The chemistry will come. I gotta get them used to I gotta get my system in their system. That's the biggest part for me.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Right,
you can't win a championship on game 1, but you got to win nonetheless. We'll send it back to the table.
Thank you. The last game comes.
Seth, thanks so much. And Coach Davis blaming us for the poor defensive performance.
He's done that before, you know.
Using the TV
camera. He really believes that. He believes that some of his players do try to show off for cameras, and there may be some truth to it. But not usually in a close game like this one. It came down to the wire. Those last 4 minutes were really pretty hectic.
Absolutely. Chuck Davis actually did a lot of work to help us get this first game in, and he actually picked this game for us and really helped us with where we were putting the truck, along with John Jackson, a lot of the folks here at the Tobin. So we really appreciate those folks, including Chuck Davis, for all that help. Meanwhile, for the Dragons, like you mentioned, Yusuf Mbuko was a problem for them today, and Yusuf with his length, and you mentioned both ends of the floor, and the Dragons couldn't really contain him or Mills. It was those 2 guys that really did a lot of damage.
It was, and like I said, Mills had a great start in the first half. He had 18 points in the half. So Mbuko sort of was under the radar with his rebounding and his defense. He had 2 blocked shots.
That's right.
Second half, he picked up his scoring. And so it's nice to I know Chuck Davis is very happy to have those 2 kids as their anchor. You obviously have to have Quinn, the big 7-footer in the middle, but like he said, he's missing 5 players. So when those guys come, he'll be able to get them into the mix, and we're potentially looking at a team that could go pretty deep in the playoffs with BNBL.
No question, certainly have the talent and a very experienced coach to do just that. We're going to take a look at the final stats from this game before we sign off from the Tobin Community Center. And first up, it's going to be the Dragons.
Yeah, Shapiro came alive in the second half. He didn't have much in the first half. Ended up with 13 points. We talked about Aiden shooting those 3-pointers. He made 4 of them. That's his 12 points. Rebounds, Martinez 7, and Shapiro had 7. Then assists, only 3 from Martinez, and then just 1 from Wolford. That was a problem the whole game for them. They only had 1 assist in the entire first half, but they got a couple more in the second half.
take a look at the Mission final stats.
Yeah, Mission with the win. Like we said, Mills started out the first half. He had a huge first half. And then Mbuko, our player of the game, both of them with 17. And Mbuko led with 7 rebounds. Nielsen, the big fella, had 6. And then assists, they had 8 between Cepeda and Mbuko. So I think that the Mission a little more evenly spread out, especially in the assists. That's what you want to see, whether it's BNBL, whether it's high school, whether it's, wherever. Coaches like to see that balance where the teams, players are playing together, moving the ball, getting everybody involved.
No question. We saw that from both squads in the second half. Mission very much in the first half. But both teams with impressive games tonight. These two teams are going to win a lot of games in this BNBL season. Folks, I want to thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Game of the Week. Remember, if you want to watch this game again, first thing you can do is go to our website. It's the city's website, www.boston.gov/cable. You can click on that site. You go to the bottom of the screen. There's an icon that says Game of the Week. You click on that. It's going to route you to all the games we covered during the shortened pandemic seasons, 2019 BNBL season. A ton of games up there. You can also follow us on social media. You can first go to Facebook, facebook.com/GameOfTheWeekBoston. A lot of good stuff up there, including which games we're going to be covering, live links to what games you can watch on YouTube live and after the fact. And finally you can follow us on Twitter @BostonCityTV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. We put a lot of different clips and updates on our Twitter account as well. I want to thank our crew tonight. Did a fantastic job. We are 16 months away from using the truck. Yeah. So all our guys have done a fantastic job. That's right. Got to shake off the cobwebs, get back into a groove. We did that tonight here. So Game of the Week crew, outstanding job as always. Folks, we'll see you next time on Game of the Week. Take care.